aset. Jadi dia tidak dikategorikan sebagai utang. Tapi kalau kita menerima dana pinjaman, ya iya ini hutang. Ini hutang yang memang benar-benar bisa digunakan untuk membeli aset. Ya. Nah, ini sebenarnya belum masuk kemana-mana. Ini tadi saya hanya mau memastikan bahwa kalian paham gitu ya. Apakah di sini berdasarkan diambil dari mana, apakah dia apa namanya adalah hutang atau tidak. Karena setahu saya kalau berbicara tentang karena akan dilakukan karena dari kita secara tidak paham ya. Jadi ini penelitian besar jadi sudah tentang ambil gitu ya. Oke. Nah sekarang pertanyaannya kalau dari sisi itu dari sisi pemahaman sejajarnya, tapi kan kalian mempunyai kebutuhan modal juga ada elemennya juga kalian pahami satu elemen itu apa, kemudian cara nyari untuk bisa dapat angka ini tuh itu dari mana ya. Kalaupun dia dibikin pada tidak paham. Jadi kita itu kalau mau mengambil keputusan dari satu data, kita harus tahu dulu data itu punya apa, data itu dapatnya dari mana. Jangan kita mengambil keputusan atas data kita tidak tahu.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our third episode of Wisdom Within. We're live here from Universitas Advent Indonesia. It is one of a private Christian university in Indonesia. And if you are interested in knowing about this university, we provide the link for our university website down below so that you can check it out. All right. We're so glad that we could finally launch the third episode of Wisdom Within. Wow, I can't believe that we're already on the third episode of Wisdom Within. And for those of you who are new to this channel, please let me give you a bit of information of what this program is all about. So, Wisdom Within is basically a virtual talk show that we create to talk and share about mental wellness or mental well being, and to know more about the inner workings of minds by providing a series of intriguing topics so that those who watch and listen to our show can relate each topic to their life experiences. Well, indeed, we all have struggles in life, and we should feel the need of giving to start giving our attention to our mental well being. So, we share this platform with speakers from different places, both locally and internationally. And all speakers that we invite in each episode will share their stories, their thoughts, life philosophy, and their authentic experience on how they went through their life struggles. And we believe that every problem that we experience yields wisdom within. So basically, this is what Wisdom Within is all about. Okay, so let's start the show. I'd like to invite all the speakers in. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm so thrilled to have you here. Being in the same being in the same platform with you is such a great experience for me. Okay, so here we have our local speakers. We have April. Hi, April. We have Rimanuela. We have Anna Elizabeth, and also we have Lisa. And together with the local speakers, we have our guest speaker from the United States, Mr. Robert Henry. Hi, Robert. Blah 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 blah. We're so thrilled to have you here. Anyway, I think this is not your best time. No, 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 no. Okay, in this previous episode, I introduced all the speakers. But today, this time, it will be different. I want each speaker to introduce themselves. Yeah, each speaker to introduce herself or himself to our viewers. Now, let me start mentioning a name. Okay, I think April, could you please take your time to introduce yourself? We need to go to get to know you closer.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm April. I'm a sophomore in English major, and in this semester, I'm the one of entrepreneur staff in English department campus. So actually, I'm quite active in Master God organization where I could serve God and others happily. And currently, I've joined in witnessing some choir where I could improve my singing skill. And in that choir, I can sing with my friends in order to serve God and praise Thy name by songs. So that's a little about myself. Thank you.
Okay, April. No one knows what master guide is and witnessing sound. So master guide just say I am involved in a leadership ministry or in a leadership organization. Karena nggak ada yang tahu master guide itu apa, jadi nggak usah disebut. Jadi lebih ke general. I am involved in a leadership organization. I am the blah blah blah. Kalau jadi panitia apa. Lalu I'm also involved in a choir. This is where I can share my talents, my singing talents to blah blah blah. Jadi nggak usah disebut kita. Kalau kalian ada master guide, bilang itu leadership organization. Kalau choir, singing choir. Oke, paham ya, April ya? Untuk nanti ke depan. Oke, thank you. Itu dirubah sedikit April ya. Lalu agak agak relax dalam memperkenalkan ya, April. Next, Rimanuela. Could you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hello everyone. I'm Rimanuela Calendonu and I'm a sophomore and I'm taking English as my major. and I'm currently living in Bogor. I used to be an active member in social organization at school called OSIS, but now I'm focusing myself on my study in the college. Thank you.
Kamu kan bilang I live in Bogor. Coba kasih sedikit perkenalan tentang Bogor. Itu kota apa? You know, it's one of the flower city. It's known as I live in Bogor. It's a place that is known as Bogor itu dikenalnya dengan apa? Supaya orang juga tertarik. Jadi agak lebih relax, ya. Bisa tambahkan Rima? Bogor ya, it's known with its apa, dikenal dengan ininya apa, ciri khasnya apa ya, tambahkan. Okay. Oh, hi Rimanuela. Thank you so much. So you're from Bogor. Regards to your family in Bogor. Blah blah blah. Itu basa-basi ya. Okay. Now we go to the next speaker. Hannah Elizabeth Manulang. Could you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hello everyone. I am Hannah Manulang. I am Somopor, and now I am living in Pekanbaru. I am active in some organizations such
Apa tadi? Hana, sophomore. Ya, harus ini, hati-hati ya. Ulang. Okay, Hana, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. I'm Hannah Elizabeth. I'm sophomore and now living in Pekanbaru. I am active in some organizations such as Practical and Master Guide. Thank you.
Nah, jelaskan. Kalau kamu bilang aktif di prayer circle, orang nggak tahu itu apa. I'm very active in some organizations, in a leadership organization, nah prayer circle ini tentang apa ya? Encouraging club ya. Nah itu jangan bilang begitu. Jadi kurang, perkenalan kamu kurang ya. Coba tambahin Hana ya. I'm active in a leadership organization. Oke. Kamu udah cek reference nggak cara perkenalkan Hana? Sudah?
Ma'am.
Belum? Enggak?
Sudah, ma'am.
Coba tambahin lagi ya supaya terdengar lebih profesional. Okay, next we have Lizda. Lizda, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Zafia Grace Kumeang. I'm from Lampung, and on campus, I follow the leadership organization, and this organization teach us leader, and I work at the photocopy on campus as
I work at photocopy. Aduh, jangan begitu Lizda. Kamu jangan yang ini dong, dipersiapkan. Perkenalannya harus jelas. Saya kan udah minta kemarin dipersiapkan. Fotokopi itu bahasa Indonesia.
Tapi saya translate tetap gitu, Mem.
Iya, kamu bacanya fotokopi. Maksudnya apa?
Oh iya.
Fotokopi apa? Nggak usah dibilang kerja di mana. Atau kamu bilang I'm a working student in a university. I'm self-supporting student. I work while studying because I need to support my study. Itu aja, nggak usah bilang di photocopy center. I'm a self-supported student, which is I'm a working student. I support myself so that I can pay for my tuition. Nah itu bilang seperti itu. Oke, coba dibikin bagus lagi ya. Ini udah mau jamnya, tapi kok kayak nggak siap sih kalian? Saya kan udah bilang introduction-nya menarik. Coba cari banyak referensi. Oke, I'm honored to have you all in this third episode. We continue ya, kita lanjut. I'm honored to have you all in this third episode of Wisdom Within. In this episode, the topic that we choose is a changed heart, medicine of forgiveness. From the topic itself, this sounds so interesting. How much more with the content? So I believe that this show is going to be so Interesting. So, like what I've mentioned before, we provide a series of intriguing topics, whereas every topic we present in each episode is interrelated. In the first episode, the speakers talk about the mental health and human connection. This is the basis of the next topic that follows. And in the second topic episode, we learned about the lower and the higher state of mind, providing us with a secret of how we should actually control our mind in order to be mentally stable. And in this episode, we are going to go deeper into human emotions toward anger and forgiveness. One of the triggers for us to make mistakes is when we are in the state of anger. When I'm angry at something, I tend to make impulsive decision in which at the end I'll regret doing it. So let's talk deeper about anger. And April, our speaker here, is going to share our third thought on how anger could become a killer to us. April, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Honestly, I'm actually proud to be here so I could speak with my topic. So I'm responsible to speak about anger become a killer. So I think this topic is great. It's such a great topic that we have to know more about anger because as we are a human that often get angry whether twice in a day or twice in an hour or more times in a day. So this time I do ask how you feel when you get angry. How uh, how you feel when you get angry? How did you feel exactly? So let you think about the last few times you become really angry. By become more aware of of what angry you. Well, this time keep it in mind that your
Tunggu,
your
tunggu,
thoughts
tunggu, tunggu. Ada satu statement. Apa tadi yang terakhir? Of what anger you? What do you mean? Of what anger you? Maksudnya apa?
is angry.
Ah, of what anger you? Tadi kamu ada
Angry
bilang? Ya coba lagi, coba jelaskan lagi.
by becoming more aware of what angry you.
Apa angry you, April? Bahas patternnya gimana?
Of what
Maksudnya apa angry you? Angry emang kata kerja. What makes you angry at something? What makes you? Ayo dong. Polanya gimana ini? Ulang. Yang tadi sebelumnya. What makes you angry?
okay? How you feel when you get angry? So I do ask
Maksudnya how you feel apa ya? How you feel itu mau bilangnya apa? How you feel? Bagaimana perasaanmu ketika kamu marah? Kan marah itu udah perasaan.
how
You,
did you feel? How did you feel
kok did?
when
Maksudnya mau bilang apa bahasa Indonesianya? Coba kasih bahasa Indonesianya. Catat, biar nggak salah.
bagaimana apa yang kamu rasakan ketika kamu marah?
What do you feel? What happens when you get angry? Mungkin itu. What happens when you are angry? When you are angry, what happens when you are angry? Itu aja. What happens when you are angry? Apa yang terjadi ketika kamu marah? Gitu. Okay? What happens when you angry? Ulang, ayo.
Okay, this time I do ask what happened when you get angry. So the so let's think so let you think about the last few times when you become really angry. How did you feel exactly? By make by becoming more aware of what makes you angry. This So this one, keep in mind that your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all connected. So when you get angry, you could feel your thoughts be unfocused, or you get negative thinking probably, or it may be stress. Like people who under a lot of pressure tend to get angry more easily, which then your thoughts affect your feelings. So when you get angry, your feelings is upset or sad exactly, or you're gonna be in the bad mood or frustrated or powerless, like you are being invalidated or people are not respecting your feelings. Then your feelings can also affect your behaviors. When you when you get angry, you may feel your behavior will be changed. Like you become a moody person. Sometimes you are good, sometimes you are bad, or you become an unfriendly person, or something like that. Uh, Anyway, your behaviors also can affect your thoughts and how you feel. Since they are all related, making one change to your thoughts, feeling, and behaviors, it will make a big difference. And moreover, you would like to just stop your feet, wanted to scream and yell, and feel like you are going to explode and also act impulsively or lose control. So when you know what happened when you get angry, how about someone or something that makes you easily angry? Literally, people get angry with different things, right? So here the several common triggers for anger, losing such as losing your passion. This one is like when you when your friends or people make a fun of you. So they would like to say you are stupid, you are ugly, you are fat, and you take it personally by the words, and it makes you angry. The second is feeling as if your opinion or effort aren't appreciated. This one is like when you have a project, you you put all your best, all your effort and you hard work on it. However, someone ruin your project. It it also makes you angry easily, right? Another thing is injustice. In this case, you did your project or you did your project or you did your project well and better than others. However, people prefer to like others than yours. Or when you are blamed for something you didn't do, it makes you angry easily. Other causes of anger, including memories or of traumatic or enraging events and worrying about personal problems. So as everyone has bad memories when bad memories, so when people remember them at about their bad memories, they become angry at them. Moreover, you also have unique triggers based on what you were taught to expect from yourself, others, and the world around you. Your personal history fits your reaction to anger too. For example, you were you were not taught how to express your anger, so your frustration might simmer and makes you miserable, or build up until you explode in in anger outburst. Well, I think and we don't only get angry at someone or at something, be, but also but also I we get angry at ourselves or at yourself, I guess. Um, so actually, anger at yourself is behind such as feelings as impatience, envy, guilt, judgment, self-pity, low self-esteem, and more. So so let us look at envy. When we envy someone, we desire we have what they have. whether it is love, money, material, positions, family, friends, a better job, etc. So, in this situation, we need to talk at ourselves like, why, why don't we have a better job? Why don't we have a better relationship, material abundance, and friends? And because of that, where where the anger comes in. While it makes look like we envy to other persons, we are really angry at ourselves for nothing having what they have. Moreover, you angry at yourself because in a bad situation you cannot find or attract or keep or even believe in something else. Like you are angry because you are not doing to take what you have. And this time I also want would like to share a little about my experience in getting angry at myself. Uh, this 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 was happened when I was senior high school when I tried my best but I don't succeed. Uh, like when like when I study hard, I keep studying all the day in order to get reward. But in the finally, I didn't get it. So just like envy, I envy with my friends who deserve it, who deserve it. So at the time, I I thought to thought at myself why I didn't get it. However, you have studied hard to get it. So I also did realize and thought maybe it was my destiny. So that's just my experience. And I think it's normal happen to us when we get angry at ourselves or angry at something or someone because angry is a normal attitude or actually it's a mental is health emotion. So the so in the fact anger anger is normal attitude where could send a warning signal to the brain that something is wrong. And also, anger provides energy to the body to fix things. Another thing is getting angry provides benefit in the form of energy movement to take action. So I have an example that angry is normal attitude. Like people do get angry because they don't get what they expect. Like I said before, seems like my experience. But why? Because people complain needs and wants with love. This is happen because to reject someone or something that we need or want by extension is to take love from them or that hits a very deep core of what we are as social creators. However, it, it's of course not true because love stands on their own, but life gets confusing and complicated at the time. And also, this condition more often causes a lot of burden on the mind, which lead the stress and depression. So even though angry is normal attitude, is it good to let it all hang out? The answer is no. According to psychologists, say that it's a dangerous myth. Some people use this theory as a license to others to hurt others. Research has found that letting it rip with anger actually escalates anger and aggression and does nothing to help you in resolving the situation. So this attitude should not be tolerant for a long time and often getting angry or or often getting angry because can affect physical health. Moreover, when you get angry, could it could make you become a killer for a person. Do you know? I come up to give you facts and truth why anger can become a killer for a person. So, when angry doesn't express construct- constructively and healthy, it will cause hastily, hatred, and harmful acts of aggression. So that's all. So actually, that's all are feeling behaviors that, as you know, feeling behaviors are very damaging both physiologically and emotionally. They are also frequently in fight or may say they feel like hitting something or someone. Another fact that I've got based on research by a forensic psychologist, he has been asked more than once how common it is to feel like killing someone. So most can relate to white hot anger that so often accompanies these thoughts, especially during a painful relationship breakup or after a public humiliation. In fact, research research suggests that the vast majority of adult men admit to having had at least one homicidal thought and women, although to slightly lower degree aren't far behind. Moreover, 60% of teen boys also acknowledge at least one murderous fantasy, joined by about a third of teen girls. These homicidal thoughts tend to be short-lived and directly related to dispute. Once the person cools down, the murderous thoughts disappear. So as you ever, after you know anger become a killer for a person, exactly, anger can lead you to something, to people being aggressive or killing, but actually they are not the same. So anger is a feeling, but aggression or feeling are action, and this action can lead to problems. Therefore, unexpressed anger can create other problems. It can lead to pathological expression of anger such as passive aggressive behaviors or personality that seems perpetually cynical and hostile. So when people who are constantly putting others down, criticizing everything, and making cynical comments haven't learned how to express their anger. Not surprisingly, they are not likely to have many successful in relationships. Well, I think that's all the important topics that 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 we have to keep it in mind. And I hope by this topic you can know more how what you are feeling when you get angry, so you can take a control of your anger wisely. By this time, I'll say thank you for your attention.
Nggak usah bilang begitu. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, ma'am.
April, ini apa namanya? Banyak banget bacanya kamu. Masa udah bilang jangan terlalu banyak baca. Apalagi di akhir-akhir kamu udah mulai baca. You have to really engage your audience. What is your purpose here? Engage with your audience. Lihat, relax. Banyak bacanya. Lalu kata ini diganti dong. So. Ganti kan ada banyak. Therefore, thereupon, hence. Discourse markersnya harus professional. So. Banyak sekali kata so. Oke, itu tolong April latihnya. Aduh, gimana? Udah mau hari ini ya. Harusnya kalian jangan banyak baca. Banyak salah pronunciation lagi. Tadi, coba cek slide kamu, cek PowerPoint-nya, cek pronunciation-nya. Sekarang sambil nunggu teman yang lain. Cek setiap kata yang keluar di PowerPoint kamu, itu cek pronunciation-nya. Banyak sekali salah pronunciation.
Okay, ma'am.
Oke, It gives us awareness that out of anger we tend to make mistakes, huge mistakes, and we end up blaming ourselves by asking, "Have I wronged? Am I doing the right things?" Rimanuela, could you give us insights when we end up blaming ourselves for mistakes we made, or when we end up blaming others for their incomprehension? So please tell us, why do we tend to have this kind of feelings? The time is yours, Rimanuela.
Okay, my friend April has talked about anger. Anger become a killer, then it can become a regret. But is regret just from anger? So the answer is on the subtopic that I bring today. And let me share screen.
Mana opening statementnya, Rima? Kok share screen langsung? Kan sudah bilang opening statement kamu kan ada di slide pertama dan kedua.
I
Kok langsung
think
share screen?
berarti langsung masuk ke yang slide 1 itu ya, Mem?
Iya, kan saya sudah jelaskan. Masa nggak ditangkap sih?
I think most of us have ever made decision. And we all know that making decision is always hard. What to eat, what to wear, what to prioritize at work, who to respond first. Each of us makes hundreds, if not thousands, decisions each day. And decision is not always right. Sometimes it will be wrong, even for a small things like food. I would like to share my experience about food. You know, when I'm gonna eat, sometimes I feel confused. Like, should I eat fried chicken or vegetable? Then one time I choose fried chicken. Then I feel regret because the chicken stuck in my teeth, and that's why. And it disturbs me a lot when I'm eating, and that's why we must choose wisely even for a small thing to generate joy in our life. And how about how you and I feel when we make right or wrong decision? When I make right decision, I will feel happy. And I think it's common feeling when we make right decision. I'm feel happy because I'm struggled because when I make decision, I'm struggled and always wondering about the result. Then when my decision is right, I'm gonna feel happy. And when I make right decision, I also will feel satisfied. Satisfied. I will feel satisfied because of the result of my decision brings joy and happiness into my life. And last, proud. I will feel proud because the result of my decision that I've made is right. I feel proud also because I already thought hard to make my decision. And like I've thought before that our decision is not always right. It can be wrong sometimes. And how you and I feel when I make wrong decision. When I make decision, I often have expectation about the result of my decision. And when my decision goes wrong, I will it will hurt me, and it makes me disappointed. And sometimes I also feel guilty, and I feel guilt and when I make decision, I often have to choose two options, like my experience about food. And when I choose first option, then the result's wrong. I feel guilty, especially when the result of my decision has impact to others. And sometimes I will start to think that I shouldn't choose this option. I shouldn't make this decision. That's my fault. And at the end, I'm not only feeling guilty but also regret. And sometimes when I can't accept my fault, my mistakes, my wrong decision, sometimes it make me feel, it make me play victim. And yeah, I know that playing victim is not good, but and and sometimes it's really hard for us to know people who are playing victim or feeling guilty, even though it's even though playing victim and feeling guilty are totally different. So let's find out the difference between playing victim and feeling guilty. And let me share screen. Please give me some second.
Okay.
Playing victim. A person with playing victim behavior firmly believes that all bad luck in their life is caused by people. They always have reasons to blame others and to avoid responsibility. Facing someone who believes themselves to be the internal victim of life can be exhausting because it involves negative energies and manipulative and people who play victim frequently make excuses about why they couldn't get done on time. If it all, it's it's almost always someone else's fault. And seldom do they take responsibility and own up to their mistakes or failings. And they are often insecure in explaining words or behaviors instead acknowledging an error, inaccuracy, or miscalculation. Then then they frequently blame other people for how they feel. So in short, playing victim is not good. And how about feeling guilty? Guilt describe a sense of regret or responsibility that relates to actions taken. People may feel guilt over things they actually did wrong, things they believe were, or things they had no responsibility for. People tend to only feel guilty for actions they see as bad and wrong. And on personal level, you can feel guilty about something you said, something you do, or something you think. And at social level, you can feel guilty when you realize that you have harmed someone in some way, for whatever that be mentally, emotionally, and physically. And then feeling guilty after a misdeed is normal and can often be remedied by apologizing and taking steps to make up for whatever pain or offense have caused. And this usually causes feelings of guilty to decrease. And and yeah, we all know that every decision can't always bring joy and happiness. Sometimes we make mistakes also when we start to make decision. And when we make decision and sorry, when we make mistakes, especially if it becomes problem, we often feel anger, disappointed with ourselves, blaming ourselves and more. And 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 it's really disturb us. But it's really normal. It's totally normal. But after all mistakes that we've done, should we feel wrong or admit our mistake that we make? I know that making mistake can be painful. When we make mistakes, we feel guilty or embarrassed. it makes us struggle to make things right. Sometimes we may be tempted to ignore our mistakes, even blame others for our mistakes. And actually, it's important for us to feel wrong for our mistakes. When we feel wrong, it can bring benefit into our life. Mistakes are also bring opportunities to learn and to have deeper in relationship with other and ourselves. And this can lead to a decreased ability to make good choices also. And then when we make mistakes, then we are always trying to be right all the time. It's stressful, slow progress, and causes procrastination. When we make mistakes, we also need to admit it, not just feel wrong. When we admit the mistakes we make, it means that we are ready to be a better person. Like Bruce Rhodes says that admitting and correcting mistakes does not make you look weak. It actually makes you look stronger. So don't be afraid to admit our mistakes. And there are many reasons for admitting our mistakes. Admitting our mistakes can make us can admitting our mistake it makes us better person, and people respect those who can admit their mistakes. And admitting mistake also enable us enable us to build better relationship with others and allow us to be a better person. And when we make mistake, we usually feel regret. We regret about relationship, education, parenting, health, and career are common. And in the middle of our regret, there are pain and anger that will disturb our life. But can we still have peace in the middle when we make when we make mistake? And is it important? And are we need to do we need peace? Yeah, we need to have peace in middle of our regret. Having peace is really important for us to move forward. And if you want to have peace in your life, you can start with first, forgive yourself. Too often we forget that we ought to forgive we ought to forgive ourselves for the mistakes that we make. Learning how to forgive ourselves is an essential step towards becoming a better person. And next, apologize. Many of us would feel that we ought to carry our mistakes, and it's really unhealthy and unhelpful for us. And and it's better for us to to apologize to people that we hurt by our mistakes. And last, be grateful. When we make mistake, regret, and more, it can be easily for us to forget about things have gone right. And it's really not good for us when we forget to be grateful it's because it will hard for us to move forward and having peace and to having peace in our life. And for the last, I just want to share you a reminder. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness, bad days give experience, worst days give lessons, and best days give memories. So everything that happens in a single day, the good and the bad, has its own meaning. Never regret about everything. And a mistake is normal. Through mistakes we learned so much more about life. Never blame yourself for making a mistake, but instead learn from your mistakes and do better. and do better. You?
Oke, masih ada baca ya, tolong dikuasai. Kayak yang peace in me itu nggak usah pakai slide ya, nggak usah dikeluarkan, kamu bicara aja ya. Rima, yang having peace in me. Rima?
Oke, ma'am.
Karena itu kayaknya bagian Sir Robert deh. Jadi kamu nggak apa-apa udah pakai itu, tapi nggak itu di slide di remove aja. Kamu tinggal bilang aja, bisa? Halo?
Yes, ma'am.
Ya, yang peace in me ya. Okay, Rima has pictured out why people tend to blame themselves or others for the mistakes that they made. So she stated that it's actually important to feel wrong. Okay, she shared a very wonderful statement that it's actually important to feel wrong. It's like a reminder for us to make a good choice. Now, when we talk about mistakes, it will lead us to talk about a topic about forgiveness. Now, to forgive but not to forget. This is a very famous maxim that we often heard over and over. And you know what? I've experienced being on a stage where I couldn't forgive myself, where I was so hard on myself when I make mistakes. And I kept instilling in my mind negative thoughts about myself. And I found out I became mentally unstable at this time. Now, Hannah Elizabeth, could you please share with us why is it so difficult to forgive?
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. This is such a privilege for me. A few minutes ago, my friend Manuela presented about FI being wrong. And now, the topic that I'll bring up is still related to it. It is about difficulty of forgiveness. Most of people may regret after doing bad to someone, and someone who get hurt may be difficult to get forgiveness. Well, I realize this is not easy topic because the title is difficult, right? Everybody may have do wrong consciously and unconsciously. Some of them may regret it or some not. But for those who regret, they still have a pure sense of listening to God's voice. Otherwise, if they don't regret it, they never give or get forgiveness. Forgiveness is something difficult, and it is difficult to say sorry. Now, let me ask you a question. Why is it difficult to say sorry? I think saying sorry is not difficult when you just say it, but it may be difficult if you mean it. Saying sorry with all your heart can be hardest thing because you need to humble yourself before someone. So let me to share screen. Why is it difficult to say sorry? First, say sorry without need or guilt, and in doing so, we are also saying that we are ready to accept all the consequence and take responsibility. This means that we need to be ready to receive all the punishment. It is not easy, right? The second, saying sorry open up for blame and can cause your detriment. This is the hardest reason for everybody saying sorry. They don't only accept the punishment, but they also should be ready to deal with the detriment. As a Christian, we know Zacchaeus, when he truly said sorry to himself before Jesus, he is ready to return back the money that he ever took from the Jews. And what happened to saying sorry because of wrong decision? And now, why do people make wrong decision? Make decision when you are not in the right mindset usually affect my emotion. We terrible objectively, assessing risk and reward. We cannot escape them. The best can we do is to gain awareness of them and manage them. I come up with the fact about wrong decision that young people usually make. According to James McHugh, a teen's developing brain places them at greater risk of being reactive in their decision making and less able to consider the consequence of their choices. For example, it is reasonable to expect at 15 years old to know they should not steal, but they are less adept at choosing not to steal in the presence of coaxing priests for whom then which impress. And another example is
Itu apa?
college
Tunggu,
student.
Hana, maksudnya apa? Nggak jelas. Still, whom, depth, apa itu? What are you saying?
For example, it is reasonable to expect
Expect?
15 years old to know.
Ini dapat dari mana? Ini informasinya dapat dari mana kamu? Kok nggak nyambung? Nggak nyambung sama ini tentang slide ini ke itu, nggak apa hubungannya ya? Itu coba bahasa Indonesianya apa ya? Maksudnya apa ya? Coba jelaskan. Bahasa Indonesianya apa ya? Kok nggak jelas? Aduh.
Ini masuk akal untuk mengharapkan anak usia 15 tahun bahwa mereka tidak boleh mencuri. Tetapi mereka kurang mahir dalam memilih untuk tidak mencuri di hadapan teman sebaya yang ingin membuat mereka terkesan.
Hubungannya yang slide tadi apa? Nggak nyambung, maksudnya apa ya? Hubungannya coba kasih tahu saya hubungannya gimana? Yang tadi slide about
tadi,
decision making. Lalu
menurut James McHugh itu otak remaja yang sedang berkembang menempatkan mereka pada risiko lebih besar untuk menjadi reaktif dalam pengambilan keputusan.
Ya, terus anak 15 tahun?
Anak 15 tahun untuk mengharapkan anak 15 tahun tahu bahwa mereka tidak boleh mencuri, tetapi mereka kurang mahir dalam memilih.
Ya, gimana? Coba kaitkan antara itu apa dengan James. Perkataan James maksudnya gimana? Hubungannya apa ya?
Mengambil keputusan, Mem.
Anak 15 tahun, kenapa?
Bahwa mereka tidak boleh mencuri, tapi mereka kurang mahir dalam memilih untuk tidak mencuri di hadapan teman sebaya yang ingin mereka buat terkesan.
Lalu, lanjut apa lagi? Dari situ, dari ilustrasi itu apa?
Terus contoh lain.
Apa contoh lainnya?
Contoh lainnya, mahasiswa harus mengetahui bahwa mereka tidak boleh bolos, tapi mereka cenderung memilih mengundang untuk menongkrong ke kafe dan tidak lulus ujian yang membuatnya gagal dalam satu semester.
Oke, kaitkan ini dengan konsep kamu bagaimana? Kaitkan dengan teori kamu? Kaitkan, ini karena bingung saya. Coba kamu hubungkan. Maksudnya apa dengan ilustrasi ini, arahnya kemana ya? Ilustrasi itu arahnya kemana? Setelah itu kamu mau kasih tahu apa sih ke audiens? Yang anak bolos sekolah, mahasiswa mencuri, ini mau arah kemana? Kasih tahu apa?
Itu mengambil keputusan dan kurang mampu mempertimbangkan konsekuensinya ke depannya. Ini contoh-contohnya, Mem. Jadi kan dari Mr. James ini kan dibilang otak remaja itu sedang berkembang, menempatkan mereka pada risiko lebih besar untuk menjadi reaktif dalam pengambilan keputusan dan kurang mampu mempertimbangkan konsekuensi dalam pilihan mereka. Jadi kan contoh pertama ini yang anak 15 tahun dalam mencuri, yang kedua anak mahasiswa memilih untuk bolos, padahal kedepannya mereka malah hilang satu semester, ketinggalan satu semester. Gitu.
Oke, hubungannya dengan difficult to say sorry apa? Apa kaitan tadi antara kamu kan lagi ngomong say sorry, tiba-tiba kamu masuk ke making decision, kaitannya mana transisinya? Hubungannya apa say sorry dengan anak remaja sama mahasiswa buat keputusan, apa hubungannya say sorry tadi?
Itu yang ini wrong decision.
Iya, transisinya mana? Makanya kamu langsung loncat ke make decision. Sedangkan tadi kamu lagi bahas why is it difficult to say sorry? Mengaitkannya apa ya?
Tadi udah langsung ke
mana? Coba kaitkan yang tadi say sorry dengan make decision mana? Coba kaitkan, coba bahasa Indonesia, coba.
Yang say sorry happen because of wrong decision, ma'am.
Say sorry happen?
What happened to saying sorry because of wrong decision itu, ma'am.
Gimana maksudnya? Gimana caranya say sorry karena wrong decision? Itu kami bingung. Maksudnya gimana? Say sorry because of wrong decision itu gimana coba? Kita mau bilang minta maaf karena
kita melakukan kesalahan.
Kita melakukan kesalahan. Ya. Lalu tiba-tiba kamu bahas otak anak remaja bahwa mereka itu masih belum siap untuk menghadapi konsekuensi. Nah, itu nyambungnya gimana coba saya tanya? Coba kasih tahu gimana. Gimana coba? Supaya kita dapat ini benang merahnya, karena bingung kita loncat-loncat. Tadi kan saying sorry. We have to say sorry because we make mistakes. The mistake that we make is because we make wrong decision, ya kan? Nah, the mistake we make because we make wrong decision. Nah, ini kan kita say sorry ke orang yang buat kesalahan. Itu intinya, kok kamu keluar ke sana kemari. Maksud saya, kok otak anak, otak remaja, itu yang bikin bingung. Coba gimana? Biar dapat ini Hana, biar bisa mungkin diputer-puter nanti. Atau itu dibuang aja yang anak 15 tahun ya.
Ya, ma'am.
Lalu yang mahasiswa mana? Gimana coba baca bahasa Inggrisnya?
Mahasiswa, another example, in college student ought to know they cannot skip class, but
in college maksudnya apa? In college student di universitas atau in college student?
Another example.
Okay, coba ulang.
College student ought to know that they cannot skip class, but they tend to choose not to attend class when one of his friend invite him to hang out to a cafe, and he doesn't pass the exam, which make him fail in one semester.
Okay, and then lanjut.
Or between friends, when they argue each other and that word bursts out, it is often it's another and it breaks their friendship.
Lanjut, terus apa hubungannya ya? Terus lanjut.
And the last example, in my friend experience, she was forbidden by her father to join a ministry, but she rejected to obey. Then in the end, an incident happened that caused her got injury. Because of this wrong decision, we start blaming ourselves after we get the reach.
Lalu kaitan ke say sorry-nya mana? Why it's difficult to say sorry dengan make wrong decision-nya mana kaitannya, hubungannya? Udah paham nggak maksud saya? Kamu sendiri paham nggak? Nyambung nggak? Tadi kan kamu banyak contoh-contoh tentang wrong decision. Nah, hubungannya sekarang coba kasih ke say sorry gimana? Coba kaitkan. Ada nggak statement kamu untuk mengaitkan ilustrasi itu ke say sorry? Ada? Karena kamu hanya cuman kasih tahu ke kita, kamu kan topiknya why is it difficult to say sorry, hanya itu. Tadi udah bagus banget Hana, di awal udah bagus banget, udah mantap. Yang humble yourself, karena we cannot humble yourself. Tiba-tiba kamu masuk ke wrong decision, bingung kami, kok ada topik baru. Nah itu yang masih membingungkan. Paham nggak maksud saya Hana? Nah ini kemarin saya sudah kasih masukan kok ini masih begini lagi Hana. Padahal kita udah mau tampil nih jam 4 lagi. Belum Lisda. Kaitannya ada nggak? Ada nggak di akhir? Ada nggak setelah itu kaitannya? Say sorry, ada nggak? Coba lihat slide kamu, ada nggak?
No, ma'am. Aku langsung masuk ke blame ourselves. Believing or not, the worst part is not that we do something wrong, even after knowing that it's wrong. The worst part is that because we know that it's wrong, we live in hell each and every day. And
Jadi
making
nggak
wrong.
nggak ada penjelasan lanjut tentang say sorry, nggak ada. Why is it difficult to forgive, nggak ada.
Why people difficult to say sorry? Nanti ada mem holding grudges is also the reason of it.
Atau itu dibuang aja deh, coba. Why is it difficult? Oke, gini aja. Tadi kan di awal udah bagus. Nah, yang tadi itu, aduh saya bingung juga ini, kacau. Masa kamu nggak bisa lihat transisinya sih, Hana? Harus jalan logikanya, Hana. Jadi gini, coba lihat semua slide kamu, atau gini aja, Hana, kamu nggak usah pakai slide deh. Bingung kami nanti lihat slide kamu. Yang making the wrong decision itu dibuang, ya. Jadi kamu langsung, why yang say sorry di awal itu bagus, udah bagus. Lalu kenapa orang tidak bisa mudah memaafkan? Pertama, mereka tidak bisa merendahkan diri. Tadi kan kamu udah bilang, they don't want to humble themselves. Lalu hold grudges, karena ada dendam. Nah, itu boleh masuk. Apalagi? Blaming, apa tadi hold grudges sama? Nah, itu boleh masuk. Well, people, they are difficult to say sorry. They don't want to say sorry because they still hold grudges. Karena mereka masih punya dendam. Oke, masuk ke situ ya. Paham? Oke, habis itu apa? Masuk selain hold grudges, apa lagi? Making the wrong decision-nya, blaming ourselves ini gimana? Apa hubungannya ke say sorry? Apa hubungannya ke say sorry ini? Ada nggak kaitannya?
Stop blaming ini berhubungan ke ini, mem, wrong decision.
Nggak usah, buang aja. Kalau nggak nyambung, buang. Oke, yang hubungannya ke say sorry. Oke, holding grudges. Oke, itu Esau Yakub ngapain ya? Ini bukan lagi khotbah, bukan lagi Bible study. Ini umum loh, orang-orang yang nonton dari berbagai agama. Jadi jangan pakai Esau Yakub sebenarnya Sakius. Mendingan contoh pengalaman hidup kamu, Hana.
Nggak ini, mem. Nggak pernah bikin ini.
Atau orang lain nggak apa-apa yang kalau Esau Yakub, Sakius boleh lah tadi ya contoh. Tapi Esau Yakub nggak usah lagi. Ini kesannya kita mau khotbah. Oke, holding grudges itu buang. Esau Yakub, lalu apa lagi? Forgiveness. Oke, ini masuk. Oke, paham ya?
Berarti mem yang dihapus itu yang
wrong decision nggak usah aja. Nggak nyambung sama say sorry. Iya, nggak nyambung.
Why do you make wrong decision?
Iya, nggak nyambung. Kamu jadi bikin topik baru di sini. Intinya gini aja, kamu itu tentang why is it difficult to say sorry. Itu, cari. Pertama, tentang humble yourself. Itu jelaskan lebih detail, catat. Cari tahu. Merendahkan diri, karena orang banyak yang nggak mau merendahkan diri untuk minta maaf. Nah, itu harusnya kamu bahas di situ. Ini kenapa malah wrong decision? Dihapus, nanti jangan kelewatan nanti. Sampai itu aja, hold grudges, itu nyambung, hold grudges, nyambung. Orang karena masih dendam, makanya susah bilang minta maaf, oke? essential of forgiveness itu masuk. Itu berarti masuk ke kesimpulan kamu. Oke? Oke, sekarang kita ulang dari, aduh nggak bisa ulang dari awal ini, harus lista. Oke? Hana, harusnya kamu ini kamu ada chat saya nggak kemarin? Tanya-tanya lagi.
No, ma'am.
Ya itulah kamu nggak ada tanya saya. Rima ada, makanya Rima agak lebih bagus. Tadi kamu nggak ada. Ya kita harus merendahkan diri juga. Kalau ditegur, jangan sakit hati. Itu untuk demi kebaikan kamu. Harusnya kamu tuh hubungin saya. Mem ini gimana? Lihat ini jadi kacau. Kamu nggak mau tanya saya lagi. Mungkin kamu udah kesel karena saya kemarin tegur kali. Tapi harusnya karakter seperti itu harus dibuang. Karena kan saya mau kamu memberikan yang terbaik. Supaya orang dengar dan jelas. Nah, ini yang membuat jadi kacau lagi ini karena kamu tidak komunikasi lagi ke saya. Kalau Rima langsung komunikasi, makanya dia jauh lebih bagus tadi. Oke, itu nanti saya harus ketemu lagi ke kamu, tunjukin lagi terakhir sebelum kamu tampil, kirim ke saya PowerPoint-nya supaya kita nanti berhubungan lewat WhatsApp. Perbaiki ya, tambahkan tentang humble, kerendahan hati, tambahkan di slide kamu. Oke, next. What a great process you've shared, Robert, blah, blah, blah. It's getting clear now, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Lizda, could you share us your thoughts on how should we supposed to live our life?
Well, I'm going to continue or make a conclusion from all the subtopics that have been delivered by the speaker before. Life is an adventure. Take it easy. Our life is full of adventure, so we should just want to think about one thing. Sometimes we are above and below, but it's always a process, which we cannot deny that our life will always be fine, but we also do give up on ourselves alone. Life, no matter how bad, because every life will not always be good. Our life is our choice that determines the direction, the revenge that is within us is also a choice, and we determine the good and the bad. Everything we do for ourselves is our own choice. So change yourself to be better with your own choice. The great that is in yourself is not an advantage for you, but only become a charge that become a burden. So be smart in choosing choice in your life. We can come to terms with our past, but that doesn't mean it with other people as well. And to forgive other, we have to be able to forgive ourselves. Never humble ourselves. We must be able to make ourselves meaningful without harming others, and for ourselves to do it with hope. There are many hope that excites in us. Even though we do many mistakes, use that hope to save yourself and do the best in life. In life, there are so many things that make it difficult for you to forgive because the old adage says there are three things that are difficult to do, namely apologize, help, and thank you. Life will be beautiful if we always look from the positive side. Our life are full mysteries and surprise. Sometimes what we have planned does not necessarily happen. Life is full of surprise. Sometimes what we want does happen, but sometimes we don't expect will happen, and it makes a mystery in our lives that nothing is perfect in our life, but nothing is impossible if we try. Life is hard, so don't make it difficult anymore. Our life is very difficult. There are so many problems that always come without us waiting to. So don't create our problems, then make it even more difficult for us to enjoy life. I think that's all. Thank you and God bless.
Terlalu pendek, Lisda. Tapi udah bagus sih. Jauh lebih bagus dari kemarin, hanya pendek sekali. Cuma berapa menit ini? Coba ditambah ya. Oke? Tapi udah jauh lebih bagus, dan tolong
Ya, ma'am.
engage ya dengan audiens, jangan kebanyakan baca ya. Itu kelihatan sekali bacanya. Oke? Kita sudah harus siap-siap, udah harus. Oke, semuanya tolong ketika kalian ini, Lisda, coba screen-nya diturunin, jangan hanya kepala, Lisda. Kelihatan dong bagian bawahnya? Ya. Oke, bagus. Oke, kamu kalau gereja cantik sekali loh, Lisda, apalagi kalau conducting. Pakai makeup sedikit ya, lipstick, April juga ya. Oke, kita ada waktu untuk ganti pakaian, siap-siap. Oh, Michelle, halo Michelle. Nanti di penutupan saya akan bilang don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Baru di situ mati ya live streamingnya ya. Oke, semuanya kita sama-sama berdoa. Ini hujan deras nih, putus-putus. Gimana Michelle di sana? Aduh, di saya kacau sekali.